scoped slots means what I can say is, for example, let's say that I have created a component. So here I am creating a component, hobbies.view. Here I am having a component hobbies.view. I'm having a template here. In this template, I'll be having one div. So UL, this one class is equal to list-group. So this one is bootstrap class. Let's say that we'll be having script. In this one I will write export default. So data, we will be having return. And in this return, let's say I am having some hobbies. Reading, writing, and cooking. Okay, these are some of the hobbies I am having. So now I want to show these hobbies. So how can I show? Here in the li, can loop over v-for is equal to hobby in hobbies. So I can show key, I can have a key hobby, and I will show this hobby. Okay, so this is the hobby I want to show it. So now I want to see these hobbies. So how can I see? Let's go to the app.view. I will remove this one all. Okay, I will remove this one all. In the container only I will try to use it. Again this one got breaked, I don't know. So now what we are trying to do, so I am trying to remove this one all. From here to here I will remove it. So here I will use this hobbies. Okay, I am using this hobbies. So I am closing this one. So we need to import these hobbies here. Import hobbies from, so we will be having slash components. I think it will not show. Yeah, it's showing components slash hobbies, right? Hobbies.view. I am selecting this hobbies.view. So this hobbies, we need to add it in the component section. Let's add it here. Hobbies I am adding. So this one is hobbies. I'm adding it. So now I'm able to see these hobbies. Let's see the output, how it will look like. If I try to see this hobbies thing, if I refresh this page, now I should be able to see the hobbies. Okay, I restarted, right? So let's try to run it again. npm run dev. So npm run dev, let it run. So now I am able to see reading, writing, cooking. Why this one is coming? Output is not nice. Hobbies. Okay, so we need to add a class for this one. Class is equal to list-group-item. Okay, and this one is list-group, like this. These are bootstrap classes. Let's see the output. If I try to see the output, here I'm able to see reading, writing, cooking, right? So two things I'm able to see it. So here what we can do is, for example, let add call md-4. Okay, this one is not working. Div class is equal to row. I will add div class is equal to call mod4. In this call mod4, I will write this hobbies so that it will not be in the full section. And the same thing in again in another call mod4, I will add, let's close this one. Yeah. So again in this div class is equal to call md-4. I will use again another hobbies. So another hobbies. Two times I'm using the same component. Let's assume it. So now what I want to do is, here if I try to see it, okay, fine. So I'm able to see the two components here. Now my requirement is I want to show this reading. So this reading is in li element, right? I want to show this reading I want to show this reading in a h1 element. Okay, I want to show this one in a h1 element, and I want to show this one in an h3 element. You understood? So I want to show this one in an h3 element. So for example, okay, fine. So you want to show it in the h1 element means then I can add an h1 here. So I can copy this h1 and I can paste it here. So closing and opening. So I can do it like this. This h1 is not closing. So I am enclosing with the h1 here. If I try to see the output, so both are in h1, but this one should not be in h1. This one should be in h3 or some other element. So it should be in div, wrapped with the div, or h3, h4, like this it should be. But here both are wrapping with the h1 only. I don't want this type of scenario. So that means what I need to do, the content is present in the hobbies. So these all hobbies are present in this content, but here I need to use it. So that means here somehow I need to mention that this one should have an h1. Okay. And here I need to show the content. So I cannot write it reading and something like this. And here I need to show something like h3. Writing or something like this. So I don't know what is the content we need to show inside this one. Why? Because this content is not present in the app.view. This content is present in the hobbies. So reading, writing, cooking is present in the hobbies. So I need to somehow show this I need to somehow send this content from here to here, so that I can use it in the slots here. So how can I use it is, for this one, so you need to send something like, you need to add here, instead of like this, you need to add slot. Okay. So slot, you need to send it as a props. So here I can use hobby is equal to hobby. So I am sending this hobby as a slot property. Now this one, I can catch it here in the app.view in the hobbies. Okay. So here I can catch it something like hash default. Okay. Hash default is equal to slot props, using the slot props. So this one is the slot props. Now what I can do is, here I need to enclose it, right? So here I can use it something like slot props. So those are props, right? So these are, we are sending props, right? That too in the slot we are sending. So that is the reason those are called as slot props. Slot props dot hobby. I can use it something like this, slot props dot hobby. So I can use it here, slot props dot hobby. In the same scenario here also I can use it, hash default is equal to slot props. So I can use it slot props, and here I can use it for as an h3, slot props dot hobby. Now let's see the output, how it will get. So now I'm able to access it. See, this time this one is in the h1. So because h1 we have added previously some styles, right? So that is the reason we are able to get it. But this one is in h3. If you try to see here output, this one is in h3. So using the slot props, so we can able to get the data from the hobbies component to the app component, so that we can use it like this. Not only the one value, we can also send some other value also. Here if I want to send some other value, means is active is equal to 1. I can send it like this, is active is equal to 1. So here I can use it. So here slot props, and here I can use it slot props dot is active. So like this we can use it. If you try to see here the output, so here I'm able to see this 111C. So like this we can able to achieve it. So this is how we can able to achieve it. I think here the h1 is present. Yeah, so because of this reason we are able to get it. Okay, fine, let's leave it. We'll not remove it. So hobbies, so these are called as scoped slots. So here we are trying to send the props to the from the slot to here, so that we can access the data from the component. So these are called as scoped slots. So if you try to see the output for the named slots also, we can use the same thing. So named slots means what you can do for the named slots, instead of using it directly here, so you will be having a template like this, and here you'll be having like this, right? So template for this one, so you'll be having some header. So hash header is equal to slot props. So you can have slot props like this. So right now we are having only one thing, so I'm using default. So you can use it like this also. This also works without any problem. So you can use it like this. This one also works without any problem. So as we are having only one default, so that is the reason we are not using the template, and we can use it directly to the component if we are using having the default. But if we are having the named slots, means here you need to use the header and you need to use it. So content is equal to slot props, and here you will be sending for the slot name is equal to header. You need to use it like this. So for this header slot only, you will be able to send the slot props. So these are called as in named scoped slots. Those are normally scoped slots. So that is the thing which they are trying to explain you here. Scoped slots. So where it will be. So now you will be able to understand it very easily. I don't know where they have mentioned it. Scoped slots. So here you will be able to see slot props. So here they are trying to send text count. Text is equal to greeting message count. And here we can access it using the VIF and slot is equal to slot props. So here you can use it slot props.text and slot props.count. VIF and slot means this one is nothing but default one only. So we have seen the shorthand notation, right? This is a longhand notation he is trying to do. So if you don't provide anything means hash default. This one is hash default. And we can access it like this. And so these are nothing but scoped slots only. So these are all about the slots concept. So we have learned about the basic introduction of the slot, named slots we have seen, fallback content slots, and also the scoped slots we have seen. This is enough about the slots thing.